Let's fucking go. 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 Let's fucking go.
Hey, everybody. It is dropping extra sassy Teatalk, and I am Teatalk with your girl. What's up with y'all?
What's up, everybody?
Hello,
This is
everybody.
Sassy.
And
Hello,
drop
Hello,
the
hello.
and drop the T. Hello, everyone.
Hey, y'all. What's happening? Oh, they say
What's
we
happening,
coming in.
sisters?
They say we
Oh,
coming
come
in.
on in. Come on in.
How y'all doing tonight? Y'all all right? I see it's
Y'all
38.
straight?
We need y'all to like this video. Okay. Hey, Linnell Siler, Regina Phillips, Capricorn Flower. I see the mods in the building. Hey, y'all.
Yes.
What's happening?
Hey,
Annette.
my moms.
Hello,
Hey,
Mom.
y'all.
Hello, my mods.
Mahogany Mix, I see you. Mama Beast. Lettuce, sound
They
checking
in the
in.
building.
And
They in the building.
A Capricorn
look at
flower.
them coming. The
Mm-hmm.
flighters, honey. The flighters are flying in.
The
Come on
flight
in.
catchers is coming up in the
That's
building. The flight
right.
catchers is coming. I see whatever. I see whatever.
Hey, Sheila
Hey, y'all.
Joe.
Hey,
Hey, Sheila Joe,
Sheila
Regina.
Joe.
Joe.
That's them flight catchers, girl. I see him.
Yes, come on in. Y'all, I
How
saw the
y'all doing?
cutest necklace. And I gotta go back and find it, but I'm gonna send it to you. It's an airplane on the necklace. I thought we should get that.
Oh, I love that.
And
I love
you can have it, you can have it engraved and put flight catchers on it.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yes, it is so cute. I saw it on this girl. You can get it in gold or silver or rose gold.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's no more than like $50. But I thought it was a good, little trinket that we can have.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yes, it was so cute. Because we
Mm-hmm.
catch flights, not feelings, honey.
But you better, because who got time for feelings?
That's right, baby. Fuck them feelings, okay? We too old for that.
D, you is too goddamn old and too cute too. Shit. Frowning my face up.
That's right. Yeah. At this big old age, we living our life.
Hey,
Right.
y'all. I see y'all coming in here. I see Daphne.
Come on in.
Lisa
I can
Foster,
remember
Sheila Joe,
Lisa Foster.
Murray
Hey,
Faye. Hey,
Rochelle.
y'all.
Your little boy, your son look just like you.
Which one? My youngest or my oldest?
The baby.
Oh, he do?
Yes. The one at the birthday.
Yes. That's my kid.
Girl.
Oh,
Yes. Your twin.
Everybody got one. That's what they say. That's
Yeah.
what
So
they
y'all,
say.
I have a topic. Just like everybody's coming in. We at the 10-minute mark and all
We
that.
ain't even there yet. Go ahead.
So listen, what do y'all think about this? There was a young lady here in my town, and she is a traveling CNA. She goes to houses, and for her patients, she pulled in this affluent neighborhood. I know exactly where it is. And this older man came up to her window, banged on her window. Her number one thing was she let the window down, and he punched her. She's a black girl. He's an older white man, and told her she do not belong in this neighborhood. Now she has 2 clients in that neighborhood. And so she recorded the whole thing, and he called her a black bee. He hit her, and then the patient's son, he was doing yard work, and he saw what happened. He was pushing the man out, but I mean, he was like aggressively coming after her. And she did get his tag number, and she did press charges on him. But
Good.
this is what I tell people now, being in nursing, if you go in nursing and you're doing home health, because a lot of people love home health because it's so easy with your schedule.
Oh yeah.
That you becoming, I carry. So he had to came to my window like that, he would have got a warning. But he punched that young girl. The girl no more than like 26, 27 years old.
Oh my
And he told her, you black bee, you don't belong in our neighborhood and all this stuff. Where you coming from? Well, don't bring your trash here. So what would you have done in her situation? And she did not cuss not one time, y'all. That's why she never cursed. She said, if you touch me again, I'm gonna knock your old behind down. She was so shocked. I couldn't believe it.
What did the patient's son do? Did he try to call the police? Do anything?
He was trying to hold him back. He was holding the man back, and he was telling her, get out the way, move, And then his wife came, and she was standing, in between the man. I mean, technically, the wife could have got hit too. You know what I'm saying? Because they were caught off guard. They were doing yard work because they're used to her coming every day, just going in the house speaking.
Yeah.
And she's a private, so she makes good money. When you private, you make good money. But people say on your days out, get a private. But now with this happening, I mean, these people think they can come up to you, and we already get attacked on our jobs and stuff. Now we're getting attacked in our cars. What do y'all think about it?
I would have she did the right thing recording him and things like that. And I would have been fighting him back. There's no way. These people think because the orange man is in the office that they have a right to do what they want to color people. And he gonna get them hurt. He gonna get them hurt. I'm not taking no crap from them at all. They say something to me or hit me, I'm hitting back. I have a right to defend myself.
I did commend her, but she did not use not one curse word. That's why I know she was a good-hearted person.
I would have been cussing. I'm sorry.
You know what? Because I would have been cussing. And not say that I would have been cussing, I'm not good-hearted. But for her to endure what she went through, and all she said was, I would knock your old behind down. See, I have been like, SOB, I'll beat your...
I would have been saying
Yeah, she did the right thing, pressing charges. And actually, before my mom passed, we had 3 kind of permanent CNAs because she needed round the clock care toward the end, and we all still do work. But the neighbors were familiar with all of the CNAs. But with this young lady having to press charges, I would even talk to the agency because she might be able to get some time off work. That's traumatizing, and she could have been reaching down to punch her.
You can tell she was traumatized in her voice. She said she never has dealt with anything like that. All her clients are really sweet. She has 2 out, and most of her clients are in affluent neighborhoods because, like I said, they hired pretty much good-hearted people. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna pay you $1,000 a week, they want you to be that person. But they would saw a different side of me that day.
Well,
do the man live over there? Do that man live over there?
Yeah, he's their neighbor.
He's a neighbor.
I can't believe. Yeah, he never seen this girl before. He just went ballistic.
He had to come on their property to get in the driveway.
Yeah, he did. He followed her from his house to their house. He saw her coming. He's lived like 5 houses up. He got in his car, and followed her to their house. and got out his car and hit the window. She rolled the window down because she thought she did something.
Well, that's the
And
first
he
thing she did
punched
wrong
her.
was to roll that window
Yes.
down. I wouldn't have rolled no
Yeah.
window down
Because he
because I
could have
know
shot her.
if
Only
he
for the
knocked on that
police.
window, he did not knock on there with no nicety. So she
No.
shouldn't have rolled
No.
the window down. But since she did roll the window down, sorry but not sorry. If he would have punched me, I wouldn't care how old he was. I would get out and
Me
whoop his
either.
old ass.
Yeah.
That's just the way it got to go. Don't let
Yeah.
me run across a Kern or a Bill because I'm going to fuck him up. Sorry,
Yeah.
not sorry.
She can let share the video, let it go viral, and his life can be ruined because they finding people that do that. His name will be out there since he's so bold.
And he's in
Yes.
jail right now.
Oh, he's in
Yeah.
jail. Okay, good.
Oh yeah, they found him and put him in jail. I think the wife, the ones that she was going to, the wife called 911. I've seen her on the phone. So I just thought, be careful if you're doing home health. Even in the bad neighborhoods, they don't come at you like that. Okay,
Yeah.
but these people think because they live in these big houses that you don't belong there, and it's dangerous because they think they got this person in office and they can do whatever they want to do.
Well, that's what I was going to
Mm-mm.
say. It's dangerous everywhere, not just for home health
Yeah,
care. It's
Yeah.
dangerous everywhere. They're being starting to
everywhere.
get, they're doing just what they did when he was in office the first time. They saying
Yeah.
what they want. They trying to do what they want. Yeah, it's not good. It's not
Mm-mm.
a good place right now. So everybody keep
Not
your
in,
head on the swivel, whether you a
yeah.
nurse
Got to.
or you work
School
for public
teacher.
health. No matter where you at, school teachers. Now
Yeah.
they telling the school teachers they can hit the kids back. So y'all just
Yeah.
keep your head on the swivel. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it ain't just for nurses, it's all of us.
Yeah.
It's all of us. His
I
biggest
just thought
problem with her
that was
wasn't that
so.
he wasn't mad that she was a nurse. He was mad at her for being black.
Yep. Being in the
Yeah.
neighborhood.
She was a black girl in their neighborhood, and her car was nice as his car. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's another reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the son came out. She was calling the son's name, and he was like, what's happening?" It just shook them to the core.
Mm.
And that old man kept coming and coming, and the son was like, "Hey, calm down." You can hear him. She takes care of my dad. You know. It was. I just felt bad for her. I really did,
Yeah, that's the
because you
bad.
can hear her voice. She was traumatized. She was very traumatized.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully she learned to fight back after this, because fuck
Yeah,
that.
because he would have been knocked
It
out.
ain't
I'm
gonna
sorry. He would have
minimize
busted
them.
nose.
Shit.
Mm.
I'm coming for
And
you.
if he had dementia, honey, he would remember that day. I'm just here to tell you.
Fuck what you heard. My hands is not
Mm-mm.
playing. So
Mm-mm.
yeah. I don't know. It's a dangerous world we all living in. But we
That's
here to
right.
talk about Roa, and Sassy gonna get us started, okay? Sassy gonna get us started because some of us gotta still go to work, right, Sandra?
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
We gotta be on
Yes.
time. We gotta
All
stick to
right.
the schedule. So Sassy
So,
gonna get us
y'all, it's Porsha's birthday. Okay, and they're in Nashville. They're in
Beautiful Sassy.
Nashville, okay? And it starts out with all the singing and the hoopla, but we're gonna get to the potatoes. And this is Britt. She's talking to her husband. He's asking her how she's doing, and he's talking about he misses her. And she's like, "Oh, baby." And so he was asking how things went last night. She said Angela kept advocating for Drew, and Drew, she was not in a good place with Angela. And it flashes back to the peace brunch. And when they were, she said that Drew and um, Angela came in, hype for Kenya. And she didn't like it. So at this point, they're just, she's just talking to her husband. Next, it goes, she's saying she's going to keep her guards up when it comes to Angela. They're heading to a whiskey tasting. She says, "Bye, baby. I love you." Whatever. Next, you see the chefs and everything at the table. Angela is there. She's telling everything smells good, amazing. She also was you see Shamea, she's getting ready to talk to her husband because Lil Shallow has an ear infection and she's sick. So Gerald had to take Shallow to the hospital because she has a lot of medical issues. Shamea is very upset because she feels like she should have been there, but Gerald comforted her and said he got it. And she feels like Gerald is the best husband and she wants to give him the son that he so well deserves. And hopefully God has that in their plan to have another child. So we get past that and we go to let's see. Oh, and of course, they started her on antibiotics and all this, and it shows pictures of Gerald and the kids and her, and it goes past, that's in her. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm losing my place. She's in a confessional, and that's when she says she wants to have Gerald's son, and she's deserving of it, and all that. Okay. Next, you got Miss Angela Oakley and Cynthia. Okay. Cynthia is outside there at the pool. Y'all, Angela wig is sitting up on her head saying, hey, hey, hey. Okay. I'm just, girl, get you some boho. But anyway, they're talking about last night at the dinner table. She says that, not Drew, but Porsha called her victimina because she's always the victim in everything. That was at the table last night. And Angela explains that she's just loyal to her friends, and Drew has not showed up yet. And Cynthia's asking her, girl, when is she coming? Because she said this an hour ago, but she said she's actually 35 minutes out. Okay. So Cynthia and says that Porsha feels like it was not her place for her to invite Drew. Okay. What else? Let's see. Angela says she just rides for her friends, and let's see. The screen's like you're Drew friend. I know you always talk for Drew. She advocates for Drew. That's what Cynthia was saying. I'm sorry, y'all, I was losing my place. Let's see. She said that she felt attacked, and she said it was by her character, and she stands 10 toes down in her what she says. And she says that she feels like, I think Cynthia was like, she don't really think that Drew and Porsha has a really real beef going on. She says that she believes that it's not an issue and that can't be ironed out. All right. So let's see. And this is interesting because Angela said the whole table was like talking about Drew, and she just wanted to defend Drew, and so she just stood 10 toes down on it, like I said. Let's see what else happened. So Drew is showing up. She finally gets there, y'all. And she's walking towards the house, and they're all going in to eat. Angela and Cynthia meets Drew at the door. Let's see. What else? Let's see here. So she walks in, like I said. And then you see Porsha. No, you see, I'm sorry, y'all. Drew is walking in. Cynthia greets Drew. Portia's over at the bartending. Drew is saying she was contemplating about coming. She didn't know how Portia was going to feel about this. And she said they've been friends for years. She's trying to extend the olive branch. Then she goes in and she sees Angela getting her. She's glad she sees her. And hold on, my husband's. So she said, your room is right in front of you. Okay. Y'all, Drew goes to the room and there's a bunk bed in there. Um, so she's not happy about that. Let's see what she goes and sees the bunk bed. Angela says, she said, y'all treat me like an orphanage. And Angela said, well, we're not going to be spending a lot of time in the room anyway. And then we move on. Let's see, we go to, you see all the girls coming in their outfits. Okay, you see Porsha talking to Shamea. They all sitting down drinking. Cynthia's drinking, and they're asking what was that. And Britt asked for one with vodka. Okay, you see Drew come down in her little outfit, and she actually looks cute. Okay, now Kelly, I didn't like what she had on. I think it was a little too revealing, but hey, that's just me. Shamea and Porsha are still upstairs. Okay. So I guess they're talking about who is going to be going to the the rum tasting, if Drew is going to be going to them, or if Drew is going to be staying, sorry, y'all, staying with the other girls. All right. Let's see. What else? So we all know that Porsha told Drew that she can choose wherever she wanted to go. She didn't care. Okay. Porsha also says that Angela was gaslighting. And she doesn't want any gaslighting today, no victim. They all getting ready to go out. They do hug. Porsha and Drew do hug. Porsha says in her confessional that she have expressed herself and calmed down, and she's not going to throw daggers at Drew. She's there to have a good time. It's her birthday, and she does not want to ruin her birthday. So they all getting ready to leave. She just don't want any drama. And they're all getting into the van. Okay. They're all getting ready to sit down. They're all happy and go lucky. And Portia's talking about she had the ribs, and she said she had them again this morning. She said sauce was banging, and they take off, and they're just, having conversation. So what do you guys think of that first scene? Do you guys think that Angela should have invited Drew to the birthday bash, or should that have been on Porsha? What do you guys think?
I didn't mind Angela inviting Drew. I don't think that Porsha should be able to shut people out of cast events, even though it is her birthday. There's enough of them there that she doesn't have to spend a lot of time with Drew. So I was fine with Angela inviting Drew. The beginning with Shamea singing the original country song. I usually find Shamea funny and endearing, but it's getting a little bit corny, singing all the time, all through. We know she can sing. I love the fact that she can sing. But I don't know if y'all noticed, she was singing during the song about Drew sucking on something. I didn't like that.
Yes, I didn't like that either.
That wasn't funny. That wasn't cute. But yeah, I didn't mind them inviting Drew because there's only 7 of them there. And I think they can all get along together. Every single person is fun kind of on their own. I don't know why there's still this tension between all of them. So I'm glad that Drew was invited just to get a chance to be with everybody. And she's trying to bring an olive branch to Porsha. Also the scene where Shamea calls her husband he called her while he's in the doctor's office with Shiloh. He passed the phone or let Shamea start talking to the doctor. I couldn't figure out if he didn't know what to tell the doctor or he just wanted to include Shamea because, sometimes with a sick baby, some of the mommies get real protective, and whatever he told her, Shamea's going to want to hear it from the doctor anyway. But them kind of harping on where Shamea keeps saying he's deserving of a son. I don't know. I hope people don't think that's something that a person has to do. They have 2 gorgeous girls. One of them with her little, she got a lot of health troubles, the little one. So I hope that's not something we keep harping on, that Shamea's going through all this, the surrogate's going through all this, just trying to get a son. But I like the beginning scenes.
Yeah, I did. I think that to me, I think that even though it's a cast trip, if you and another person are beefing, y'all seem to can't get along, which I don't know why it's a big issue that Dennis is, producing with, is Drew's producer, and if he's films with her, if Dennis and Porsha don't have anything going on, what's the big deal? He just her child's father. So I don't see what the problem is. I think Porsha is making it an issue. It's not an issue. It's not that deep. Unless you still got feelings for him, or if y'all is gaslighting us that y'all back messing around. Because the only way, and anybody know this, if you got a baby daddy or baby mom, the only way you get riled up and get like this is if y'all still messing around. And and have all this smoke for the next woman or man if y'all still messing around. So my question is Dennis and Porsha messing around? Back messing around or what have you? Because if you don't got no feelings for Dennis, why do you have all this smoke? Would have told you that she's not messing with Dennis in that way, and Dennis have told you as well. So what is the problem here? It's got to be something else to the story here that they not telling us for Porsha to keep having all this animosity against Drew and this smoke for Drew. It's not that deep. If you must be still wanting Dennis, or y'all messing around or something, because you just got a baby by him. So I'm a little bit confused here, with the situation. But Drew has to take some responsibility herself too. You should have told Porsha. And if you're filming with him now, you should have told her that as well. So both of them have fault to me. That's my opinion.
Well, she said she did tell Porsha. She texted Porsha. She called. Porsha didn't return the call. So Dennis even said the same thing. So I don't know. I think Porsha.
If she told Porsha, why did she need Porsha to return her call? Because she never spoke to Porsha. She never spoke to Porsha, and in my opinion, some may call it petty, but I'm gonna just put myself in Porsha's shoes. If that is a platform that I've been on, I've been filming with my baby's father. We got a whole baby together. I don't expect you to go get my baby daddy and bring him on here and film with you. Sorry, not sorry. I don't expect that from a woman that called herself my friend. And I don't care who Porsha slept with, who husband she took. Drew called herself Porsha's friend. And not only did Porsha take her under her wing and help her at the last reunion, she said, girl, I'm going to do you even one better. Them wigs you wearing is tacky. I'm going to make you a go naked ambassador. So not only can you make money, you're going to look better too, because them wigs you wearing again is tacky. Okay, so that's like me and you. We work together. Now I'm gonna bring your baby daddy, who you trying to get away from. Drew trying to get away from her husband too, right? Right. Why don't she film with her own husband? She got her own story. Her husband sleeping in a basement. That's a freaking storyline.
Right.
That's the storyline. Why did she need to go get Dennis except for she wanted some drama herself? So no, I don't feel sorry for Drew. And yes, I think Angela was wrong for inviting Drew. It doesn't matter if it's a cast thing or not. The producers allow you to leave fucking cast behind. And for my birthday, don't y'all bring nobody I don't like. Sorry, not.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna do that.
If it's just that week, I don't like them. I don't want to be bothered. So don't bring her around me right now.
True. I mean, you know, it is production on that part.
Right,
so,
it is.
You know how that goes. But in real life, you know, we wouldn't be doing no mess like that. Okay.
You asking my opinion. So I'm telling you, that's mine. Yeah. It don't matter to me. If Porsha is a friend to no one and she knew they were working on her music with Dennis, y'all keep saying she knew, but how do y'all know she knew? Because
I don't know that.
I'm talking.
I'm just saying. Oh, okay.
Because we already see on the show that she says herself, I text Porsha and she never texts me back. So then Cynthia in the confessional says that Drew know damn well she got to pick that phone up and call Porsha. But she didn't tell Porsha. We can't make a thing if it's not a thing. Drew should have went and got her own self. She should have filmed with Ralph, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's what she should have done, or got another producer that wouldn't murk the waters where she worked at. Everybody know Porsha. Y'all people know Porsha. Wait, what y'all say? She's selfish. She's self-centered. She only think about herself. It's all about Porsha. So why go get somebody out of Porsha's camp when you can go get your own?
Good point.
Yeah, but girl, what's that? Drew lied too. So you talk about two liars now.
Oh, Drew lie, honey. Drew lies. Okay, Drew will lie for no reason.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Angela shouldn't have, just because it was a lot of tension.
Right.
But Angela, to me, she just wanted somebody there because she knew a lot.
Angela wanted to bring some drama because Angela, listen, all those ladies want to trend. So they are making themselves some moments. She's like, okay, Porsha don't want Drew. Shit, I'm gonna invite Drew anyway because she don't want Drew. So I'm gonna invite her to make the waves. I'm gonna make me some waves the same way that Brittany went after Porsha. I mean, after Kenya, because she wanted to make waves. She didn't want Kenya to do what she did. She wanted to spar with Kenya for the whole season.
Yeah,
but it just went too far.
Yeah, Kenya went too far with it. I agree 100% on that.
Now, girl, what's that? I didn't say she needed to get another producer. What I said was that shouldn't have been a part of her storyline. Okay, that's what I said. If that's what she wanted to be a part of her storyline, then yes, in my opinion, she should have got another producer. If she didn't want no drama with her co-star. Now, if she wanted the drama, like I said, then by all means, right? Go get Dennis to produce your music because you want the drama. TT. Okay, thank you, babe.
Yeah, right? I understand. I get it. I just don't think, in my opinion, I wouldn't have done it. I would have had somebody else to bring her. But, you know, she can handle it, so.
Yeah.
She wants the drama. She got it. I feel like she put Drew in a bad position. If you was a really good friend, I would not invited her because I wouldn't want my friend in that position.
Right. And Dee making a good
being attacked. Yeah.
I think Porsha knew about the producing. It's the filming part. That's exactly what it is. She did not know.
It's the filming.
That's why when she was on that trip, her whole demeanor gonna change. When she finds out that they just filmed. Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead on with the show. When Sassy leaves off, we gonna pick up at Shamea. You know, they all in the van. They about to go on their tasting and everything. And what's her name? Kelly notices that something's off with Shamea. So she's like, "What's going on with you?" And Shamea's like, "Nothing." You know, kind of turns her back. She starts crying, and that's when she recalls the ABUs that she went through with her first husband. I didn't even know the lady was married. So she's saying that she went through abuse with her first husband, and the lady who was there, who was actually taken up for her husband and wondering why she would divorce such a great husband, just text her to tell her that she was sorry and that she knew what was going on and that, she glad she got over and all that. But she's saying the guy that she was married to was a very successful man. He was very wealthy. And so, being a prominent man in the community, y'all know how that go, right? Y'all know how they looked at. She said they went out one night, y'all. And this man hit her so hard. He knocked her out of her first pair of red bottoms. The first pair, okay? Baby, I know she had to be feeling some kind of way. Just got her a pair of red bottoms and he done knocked out of them. All right. So she said she didn't want to tell her story because she didn't think anybody would believe her because of who this man is. Okay. So, all the girls rally around Shamea, Porsha, everybody comes in. So Shamea, she's coming up out of her, how she's feeling. And she asks Cynthia, how's her mom? Because if you've been watching Roa like I have, then Cynthia's mom is also a survivor of DV. So Cynthia goes ahead and recants about her mom and what her mom went through and all the sacrifices that her mom had to make. Cynthia is also kind of left in awe because she didn't realize all that Shamea had went through, and with her going through all that, she still ended up in Cynthia's eyes being like a beautiful rose. I think that was beautiful. Anyway, the girls separate, right? One group going one way, one going the other way. Porsha, Kelly, and Shamea, y'all, they went to Coyote Ugly. They always at Coyote Ugly, I guess. Now, if y'all like me and y'all seen that movie, that's your favorite movie. Y'all can't tell me that ain't your favorite movie. That's
yes, I love it. I love it. Yeah,
they get up on that bar and they get to dance, and I'm like, yes. Invite me to the party. You know what I'm saying? I want to come too. Shoot. So the people tell them they about to do shots, but y'all, they can't even use their hands. Okay. Then we go over to the other girls, and the guy was like, listen, I'm gonna give y'all the whiskey right out the bottle, y'all. And the man brings up a large piece of wood like it's a straw, and he says, you know how you get that straw and you put that, with that liquid up in it and you drop it out. Well, this is a large straw, so he would just take that thing down in the whiskey, pull it back up, and squeeze the liquid right into their drinks. I want to go to a damn whiskey tasting. I want to see the bar too. Anyway, we go back over there to Shamea, Kelly, chatty up on the bar, ass in the air, doing they shot straight to the mouth, no hands necessary. Okay. Drew, she think it's a great idea for her to get a bottle for Porsha and put their picture on it. Okay. Hello. Cynthia encourages her to do that. Okay. We go back over there to Porsha. She's like, yeah, we need to go to dinner. She said even Drew needs to have a good time. We should have Drew out here, and Drew needs to have a good time too. Kelly asking why the other girls were asking for Drew. She don't understand it. I'm like, what? Girl, y'all all on the cast together. Fuck me, you don't understand it. Anyway, Porsha is confused with Angela, y'all. She's telling Drew and Kelly she's confused because she don't understand why she invited Drew there, then get at the table and make it a negative for Drew. Porsha's thinking that Angela really invited Drew there because she wanted, like I said, she wanted it to be some smoke so she could be in the middle of something and she could be Captain Save-A-Ho, or in this case, Captain Save-A-Drew. Okay. Shamea tells the ladies Kelly was throwing shade at Angela. Shamea tells the ladies that Kelly told her that Angela told her that Kelly was throwing shade at her. Okay. Porsha said, why did Angela shake the table? She shook the table and gave Drew a bad rap. Now everybody's looking at Drew crazy. Okay. Britt, back over there with Britt, she said it was more of Angela playing the victim. So she's saying when Angela was over there and she was like, yeah, everybody getting on me for inviting Drew, she's saying that Angela was playing the victim. Again, doing what I said, trying to get attention, okay? That's what I'm saying. She's saying Angela is oblivious of her own actions. Britt actually tells Angela the way she treated her at lunch, it wasn't right. You know, her saying her insurance about her insurance and everything. You remember when Britt said, read the motherfucking room, read the motherfucking room. She's saying that Angela was wrong when she questioned her about her insurance, okay? Angela tells Brittany, well, you was acting a little bit entitled, okay? Britt says nobody was there for them. And baby, I was surprised when Drew stepped up and said, excuse me, but all of us showing up meant that we was there for you. But what you need to know is going back and forth with somebody brings cause in effect. And regardless of what happened, I'm still was going to support my friend, meaning Kenya. And at that moment, I liked the Drew because that was big of her. She was in that room and she could have just cowered down, but she said, no. And that I liked that because no matter what, you're supposed to stand on what you think is right. You can't let people sway you from the right or the left. I appreciated that. Anyway, Cynthia tells the ladies they can't tell Brittany how to feel after seeing some shit like that. And she would like to see how they would act after they was in a room where somebody put them on a goddamn poster who was sucking on some peen. Okay? Britt says she was home crying for 3 days. Child, what were you crying for? Never mind. Shut up, Teatalk. Angela apologized. Britt says when she hears that she could have been somewhere else, that hurts her feelings. Drew says she is sorry, but they missed their friend, and that's on period, okay? Angela says that yes, she did say some hurtful things, and they both were trying to hurt each other. She says she is really trying to support that girl Britt at this time, and they're gonna start themselves a new friendship. Cynthia says they have to give her some empathy. Even though Kenya is still their friend. Now, Cynthia, how Kenya your friend and y'all ain't spoke since today? But let's keep going anyway. Back to the bus. They all go. The girls is reminiscing about what they drank and what they did in there. Cynthia said Britt is a lightweight. Britt can't drink like her. They said Cynthia can put the damn things back, okay? Porsha calls Dennis and PJ. Now, if you notice when Porsha called Dennis and PJ, Porsha was up there looking real cute. She had on a little pair of white pants or maybe cream color top and a little pretty hat. Asked PJ how she liked the hat. Dennis said she looked good. You know, PJ liked the hat. That was cool. Then we flashed on over there to Drew and Angela. They came in along with Shamea and Angela. Everybody dressed. Kelly walks in. Shamea said, now this is what I didn't like right here. See, don't play this game with me, girls. I don't like it. The girls walk in and Shamea says she didn't know which one she wanted to milk first and made a squeezing thing at their titties like it was a cow. I didn't like that. I did not like that. Anyway, Porsha got a call that Drew and Dennis filmed, she say, right? They flashed back to Drew and Porsha filming. Porsha was upset, okay? Dennis chose the opportunity over the family, okay? But Porsha, when she came downstairs, y'all, she came out all black. That pretty ass outfit off, knowing them Cowboys was coming because the Cowboys showed up, you know, the clear Cowboys. They showed up to show them a line dance, and they all out there dancing, having fun. And Porsha, here you is in this whole little black outfit when you had on that cute ass outfit, all because Dennis was filming with Drew. I wouldn't let the shit get to me that bad. While I don't agree with Drew, I ain't gonna let no man make me get outside of myself. And nah, I'm not gonna do it. So I feel like Porsha was wrong for that. Anyway, what y'all think about all that? We can go ahead and start with you, Sassy T. What you think?
I agree. Porsha let Drew and that phone call ruin her birthday. I felt like that was a little bit childish. You're not going to ruin my birthday with a phone call unless it's something drastic that's happened to a family. That right there, I can handle that when I get home. I do believe Porsha was being a little bit extra. That could have been her moment to shine, seen the fun part of Porsha, be a leader, like, because she's the old school. But she failed at that part to me. I feel like, the part with Angela, I think Angela is holding her own. She just tried to be a friend to Drew. even though it was wrong, in my opinion, I feel like it was wrong. I think Porsha should have extended the invite herself. But you know, in my opinion, I think Porsha and Dennis got something going on. I think they still love each other, and it's not just because of PJ. Porsha and Dennis have a really great connection.
I said that,
and yeah, they have a great bond, and I think it's more than that, and I think that's why she's bothered so much.
right?
And you know, but like Teatalk said, don't let nothing shit. Ain't nobody gonna ruin my birthday, especially no man. You know, now we can deal with the filming when we get back home, but this is my time to partake. All right, so I agree. I think Porsha should have kept on her cute outfit. She came down in black. Shamea's like, oh Lord, something it's about to go down, you know. But she shouldn't have done that. I'm straight. I'm good. No, you wasn't. I did like the little fat man though. He was getting down, honey, in that line dance.
The chunky cowboy, yeah, he was cute.
Yes, honey, he was line dancing. They couldn't even keep up with they picking at the chunky donkey, but they couldn't even keep up with it. Okay, so you know, that's my opinion. I think Porsha failed on that. Porsha could have really upped that game right there, but hey, it is what it is.
What you think, Sandra P?
I like the phone call. Anytime I get to see, I call her Porsha Jr., little PJ. She's so cute. I know she already got one of them cowboy hats because she told Porsha that she want one. So I know Dennis got it or Porsha got it. So I love that. That put a smile on my face. Shamea crying about the abuse, ABUs. I don't remember. I remember Cynthia's mother years ago. That was actually Kenya's event. And I remember Cynthia's mom shared that. I didn't know that about Shamea. So I was sorry to hear that. Bringing up red bottoms and all this stuff, I don't know what the relevance was, but I did notice it could just be because of where they were seated on the van. But Kelly and Britt were comforting Shamea, and Porsha was kind of in her own world. So I don't know if she was prompted or what, but she finally got up to check on Shamea. It just looked a little slow to me. It looks like Shamea is always the first one to jump up and defend Porsha. I don't see it on the other side, but that's just the way I see it. So Porsha, and I didn't like, the other thing I didn't like, there's 7 of them. I don't understand why they had to split between the 2 groups, because they could have all been kind of bonding with each other and it still would have been fun. So you got 3 over here, Porsha, Kelly, and Shamea. Then you got the other 4 at the liquor tasting. And that just encouraged the division for me. Especially Shamea did something I didn't like. She was lying about Angela kind of setting up Drew. Her and Porsha were doing that. So I didn't like that. It just encourages them to talk about each other behind their back. And I like Drew suggesting to bring a gift, but if you're not invited, you better not come empty-handed. So I can understand that. I like those scenes.
I like what somebody said right here real quick. Drop the T. Let me read this real quick. Okay. And then you can go ahead and tell it and then go ahead into your next scene. It says Porsha was upset because she says she knows how reality TV works. She knew if Dennis was filming, they were going to put her and Drew against each other to have them arguing on camera. And I agree with Porsha. And that could be a reason too, because they definitely doing that. They also putting her and Shamea against each other as well.
They sure are.
Go ahead, drop the T.
All right. So Porsha comes downstairs and she looked like she have like a black bathing suit and like a black cover up. But Porsha, Porsha dresses for the occasion. And she, looks all gloomy and she's looking, like distraught and looks gloomy. And I want to throw this in here. When you know there's a theme party, you dress for the theme, okay? Remember that. Angela, no time was dressed for the theme. One day she come down there with a black Elvira outfit on, no hat, no nothing. Then the other day she had on white shorts, white top. Where is the cowboy theme at? Where is it at? So, she could have went and got something or what have you. She was not dressed like the other women was for the theme. That was a theme birthday celebration. She did not have anything on. I just didn't understand it. But anyways, Porsha comes down, walking around downstairs. They sat at the table. So Kelly comes and sat down. Then Shamea sits down, and Brent. Then Drew comes, and then Cynthia. Kelly's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong with you, Porsha? You're not your normal self, And Porsha's like, "Oh, nothing, and nothing's wrong. This and that." Then Shamea, she says, "I know, Porsha, something's wrong." And Porsche keeps saying there's nothing wrong, nothing wrong, things like that. I think it was Britt to say, I don't know. I think it was Britt that says that is she kind of mad because Drew came, and then Angela's like, I don't think it's that or what have you, but then what is her name? Why I keep getting that? And then Drew looking crazy, and then that's when they get to the part where they said that she was Britt asked her, is she she be gaslighting, and then she's like, how do I be gaslighting? She said, you always playing the victim or what have you. She said, how do I play the victim? And then she's saying that you never want to take accountability. Then when they start talking about accountability, she says Porsha doesn't take accountability. And then she says, well, you still haven't answered the question that Kelly asked you about why you take that woman husband. And she said, and then Kelly's like, she already answered the question. She said, that's different. Don't have nothing to do with it. Then Angela said, accountability is accountability. Then Cynthia's like, Porsha, do you want to answer the question? Portia's like, no, I don't want to answer the question. No, Portia's already answered the question. And she's like, she said, you can, what she said? She's like, no, I don't want to answer the question. And then she's like, there you have it. She don't want to answer the question. And then Angela's making a big deal out of it. Cynthia goes back and asks Porsha. Portia's like, no, you can kiss my ass. And then Angela's like, oh no, they can kiss your ass. And she said everybody else can kiss your ass. And then they started talking about who was invited. And then she said, they was like, well, you shouldn't have had invited Drew. Then they asked Porsha, was Drew invited? And then Porsha said everybody that was on the phone was invited. And then they asked Drew, were you on the they said, well, okay, Drew was not on the phone. And then Angela said, well, Drew could have not missed a call. And then they asked Drew, were you on the call? Drew said, no, I wasn't on the call. So then Angela goes back and says, well, she could have missed a call or what have you. So my thing was here. I think Angela knew Drew was not on the call. I think she asked Drew to come, even though she knew Drew and Porsha was into it. I think she wanted Drew to come to start some mess. What do you think, Sassy?
I do think that Angela just needed a backup. I feel like Angela and Drew have this friendship based on a common denominator, and that's Porsha. And I do believe that, in my opinion, I feel like Porsha and Drew, they have to have this storyline. I feel like it's so hard for them to be at each other's odds. It's so evident, you can see it. It's not, to me, it just don't feel genuine. It don't feel like they are really fighting. You know what I'm saying? True enemies, man, they've been on Porsha, been flip the table and all this. To me, I feel like they, Porsha can't talk about Simona, and Drew don't want to talk about her marriage. her divorce, because then she's going to be asked to talk about Ty and all the stuff that was in the blogs. So she doesn't want to talk about that. So the common denominator is Porsha and Drew, and I still think they're friends. I know it's for the show, but it's so hard for me to believe that they're at each other. It don't even feel real to me. Angela, I feel like Angela is holding her own when it comes to Porsha. She's older, she's slicker, she does do some slick comebacks, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, she got some quick comebacks when it comes to Porsha. I think Porsha's kind of being taken aback by Angela, in my opinion. She didn't think that she would be that slick at the mouth.
Okay.
But yeah, she giving Porsha a run for her money, and I'm gonna let y'all know she's like trending really well on X and all that, honey. They really liking Angela. Okay.
Okay. Teatalk, what you think?
Well, as far as Porsha and Drew is concerned, I think it's all this freaky storyline, if you want me to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's a storyline, but when I be telling my overall, like, how I feel about it, it's just like how I would feel if it was real. But I think it's a storyline that they all put together so that Drew wouldn't have to talk about Ralph, because she doesn't want to talk about that. And then Porsha needed Dennis and Porsha needed Drew, because what everybody fails to realize is that Porsha was put in a position where she could not film in her home. She could not film the way she wanted to. So when people say she's a flop, I just don't agree that she's a flop. I just feel like a man came and took the wind out of his sail. And so I think women who, especially those who have been divorced and know how downright dirty these men can get, I think that we should have a little more grace for her and where she can and can't film at. That's about it for me. And as far as Angela, I see in the chat that people are saying if Porsha wanted a private party, she should have had one. Baby, they do these on these shows all the time. Don't invite somebody. So that is nothing for somebody not to get invited on a trip. On all the shows. We done seen it. We done seen people get sent home. We done seen it. It happens on all the shows. It's for storylines. So if she wanted to leave Drew, that was all for a storyline. And, Angela invited her. Did Porsha mind? I don't think Porsha really mind. I think Porsha just going along with this shit so she can have a storyline. That's what I think.
All right.
What you think, Sandra P?
I think Porsha should, to me, Sassy said it earlier, I think Porsha should have brought peach juice out, because really I was looking her at the whole scene, like, why she letting somebody else ruin her birthday? She kind of got on my nerves with that. And then I think she's using too many excuses as to why we're not really seeing her this season. She talking about Simon filming in the house over there on YouTube, but I guess TV is a different thing. So we'll give her a little bit of grace over that.
Yeah, Angela, she can talk about that on YouTube, but Bravo has been given a cease and desist, not Porsha. Bravo is gotten paperwork from Simon. So that's a holdup, because Simon is in ICE. They can't even go to court to try to, counteract that. But I guess it's too late now anyway. Even if they did, you know what I mean, get a move on it, they can do it for next season. But for this season, Simon shut that shit down. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. All right. So we they're still at the dinner trying to find out what's wrong with Porsha, because she's in all black. She's not being peach juice. She usually likes to turn up. We see confessional Porsha. She dressed like the solid gold dancer in all red. She's telling us that she got a call. I think somebody from production called her. She got a call saying Dennis filmed after promising her not to. And then she says that he had promised not to. I don't remember him promising not to. I do remember her threatening him that it would be a problem if she did, after a scene where cameras were supposed to be pulled back and everything, but they were still mic'd. So there's some kind of confusion on that as far as what he promised her or not. Drew made me laugh in her confessional. She said she didn't see any eye candy, but she's glad they were there. As Sassy mentioned, we had kind of like a little chunky Brokeback Mountain guy. And then, I don't know, I wasn't impressed with the Cowboys either, but I thought that whole thing was cute. Shamea was doing a lot in her confessional. She had her tongue hanging out, she twerking, and then she was insulting Kelly and Angela as far as their dancing skills. After they started, 50 Cent, Cynthia was drunk, so I'm gonna go to 50 Cent on her. She started asking Angela whether or not she wants to say something. Angela ends up asking Porsha what gaslighting means, which I don't think Porsha knew what it meant either when she first used it with Shamea in an earlier scene. So 50 Cent jumps in and said, do you want to ask Porsha that question? Porsha says she wants Angela to kiss her A. So we see confessional Angela. We know she's a confessional gangster, but Angela also get with them face to face. So I'll give her a little bit of allowance as being tough in her confessional. So she said that she don't want to kiss no fixer flat. She's talking about Porsha's body. So Drew asked if Porsha wants her to stay. Porsha gives a really dry, you straight, you straight. So Drew says she gonna leave. She gets up to leave. And then 50 Cent, still drunk, she's sitting there saying, Porsha wants you to stay. Porsha lies, says she's not a mean girl. I think Porsha was acting like a mean girl. There's more than one way to be a mean girl. You don't have to be screaming and cussing somebody out, but you can actually freeze somebody out. And she has been treating Drew extremely funny. No matter what she thought about Drew and Dennis and them working together, I think that Porsha should have been more adult on her birthday trip. Since Drew is here, whether or not Angela should have invited her or not, she's here. If you're the host, you have to treat everyone with a certain level of respect. That's just how I was raised. But Miss Diane, I guess, teach Porsha a little bit different. So I did like when Cynthia and Porsha had a scene where Cynthia encourages Porsha. She said, out of all the girls I know, you always bounce back, which is true. Porsha does get back on her feet because she is having a tough season, and she didn't come back the way that she thought she would come back. She's doing the best she can, but I'm still not impressed by it. A lot of people are not. Angela is getting a lot of good press. Kelly's always trending. Britt's trending negatively, but people are speaking her name. And Cynthia is being shown as a flip-flopper. Kelly and Britt wake up in the same bed. There's 4 beds in the room. This is like a little room that a bunch of kids will be in. But Kelly and Britt said they always managed to find their way to the same bed. I won't read into that. I'll just say they were drunk. Britt tells Kelly that Angela was recording them. So this is the first we hear of something going on while the ladies were partying at the pool. Confessional Angela tells us, and she tells production, that at 2:30 a.m. she was on the phone with Charles, and she kept hearing her name. She kept hearing Charles' name. And then she heard a drunk Porsha talking about Angela's dress and making fun of her and saying she should F Charles. If Angela don't stop messing with her, she's gonna F Charles. Angela starts recording. And then she said, as she kept hearing her name, she said, let me just go downstairs because this is not going to stop. And this recording is a short recording because Angela ended up going downstairs. She confronted Porsha and said, what'd you say? I keep hearing my name. I keep hearing Charles' name. Porsha lies and said, I ain't say nothing. Now, she doesn't know at this time that Angela's got it on tape. So Porsha's first instinct is to tell a lie because she doesn't know she's busted on recording. So Porsha runs upstairs after being confronted. Confessional Britt and confessional Kelly actually tell the truth on Porsha, which I'm kind of surprised about, but I'm glad they did. Confessional Britt tells us that Angela was a topic of discussion and Porsha did mention Charles. Kelly tells the total truth and said, Porsha said, I'm going to F Charles if she don't leave me alone. Angela is leaving the next morning. She's downstairs with her luggage. Kelly comes down, little, loud, screaming, good morning. Angela says, good morning. I'm not trying to be all fake, just good morning. Kelly's still at the top of her lungs. That's how I am in the morning. Good morning. Angela's just like, good morning. And then confessional Angela calls Kelly, Shamea, and Britt Porsha's puppets. So then we see confessional Angela next week talking about the ladies, they're Porsha's puppets. And then we see a scene. This is a preview, y'all, but I'll bring it up so I can ask you all about it. Angela and Britt are getting into each other at a sit down. Britt, who has still not worked on her reads, I hope Michael or somebody helps her because Kenya didn't stay around long enough to teach her. But we see Britt saying, do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? From like Rush Hour 2, maybe 15 years ago. Angela says, your mouth is all stretched out and you got miles on your mouth. Britt, literally her mouth is hanging open. So this preview scene is so hot, it's actually being shown everywhere. And we see Angela eating poor Brit up again. So who wants to start? What do you think about from the dinner scene to actually the morning and then even the preview? Whoever wants to start, since I'm the last one.
Well, y'all know I love Angela when she said she had told Brit she got a lot of miles on that mile. I ain't gonna lie. I think Porsha's problem with Angela, like I said, is the lowest Porsha could have went to for Angela was to say she gonna sleep with her husband, because she been throwing little jabs talking about she knows something about her husband, never said anything. Then to say this and try to blame it on the Hennessy, nah, you can't say anything and think everybody's gonna let it fly by. She's not the one. So, Angela, she ripped into him. I liked it. I ain't gonna lie. When she told Kelly, don't come with me this early in the morning with that fake shit. I love that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, yes. And I like Kelly. Don't get me wrong. Kelly is growing on me. But I also like how Angela comes at people. She is not scared. She is not scared to come at you. She ain't gonna say nothing. She ain't gonna hold nothing back. Mm-mm. So it was pretty good. I like that last scene. The last scene was good.
I did like that. I did like that Angela's not being fake. She just gonna let you know what it is. When they was trying to say good morning. She gave like a how can I put it? Like she really didn't want to speak, but she was trying to be polite. She didn't speak. She's like, she not gonna be fake. So I like that about her. She's staying loyal to Drew, to me. But I would say that to me, I feel like Angela is now trying to go after Porsha for more, for publicity to me. And look Pola Kelly. I told you I was on the fence with Kelly. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like Kelly is a flip flopper. First she was, friends with Britt. Now she says she's not friends with Britt. And Angela Bailey the same way. Both they flip flop. But I did like the read that Kelly said. She told her about her mouth. She got stretch marks and miles on her mouth. So I did like it. So I did.
And I like when she said she ain't gonna kiss no fist flat either.
Yeah. So yes. But she just, to me, she's just very old fashioned. Angela is. She had a stylist there for makeup. I don't know what it is with her hair. They can't get her hair to stay down for some reason. Or
that's that menopause sweat, girl. That's a different type of sweat.
Well, I got that too. I have that too. But I don't know. She should have just got some braids. Then I think she should just got braids. And then her clothes, you come to somebody theme party. She could at least put on a hat, some boots, or something. Cowgirl shirt, something. I don't like that. When somebody tell you it's a theme, wear the theme.
Yep.
That's all I agree. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I agree that they definitely should go along with the theme. I hate when people go against that. But yeah, that scene, I think that was all good. I feel like Porsha did try when Drew first got there to be nice. I feel like Angela made the issue with Drew bigger than what it was. I don't feel like it was Porsha. And I don't feel like Sandra P has said Miss Diane didn't teach Porsha right. So I guess you would say my mom didn't teach me right either. Because don't bring nobody to my damn birthday that I don't get along with. Period. I shouldn't have to accommodate anybody. And I get that this is a show, but we talking about it like it's not production involved, right? We talking about it like it's happening. So for me, don't bring somebody to my birthday. Now, of course, maybe production says she had to come, but we don't know for sure they said that. We know that Angela invited her, and Porsha didn't want her there because she didn't invite her. So I guess that would mean my mama didn't raise me right either, because I'm telling you right now, don't do that to me, because I'm not going to bend over backwards for my party to make somebody else feel good at my party where I asked you not to bring her to. But again, this is TV, so she might have had to go.
Yeah, I feel like she had to go.
Yeah,
I think it's production. I think she had to
and
go.
we speaking in real life. Don't bring somebody around me that I don't want to be bothered with. Why would you do that?
Once the person's there, are you going to mistreat them? For me, no. I'm not going to mistreat them once the person is there.
Once they there, I might leave. How about that? And then y'all can have the whole party.
Yeah, if they came, I ain't gonna mistreat them. I ain't gonna stop my party now. I ain't gonna stop me from having a good time.
Right, so don't bring somebody to somebody's stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it because I know you wouldn't want that.
Right.
But if it happened, I wouldn't do it.
Be nice to somebody that I don't even fuck with, and you know I don't fuck with them. What kind of friend is you? That's crazy. You don't bring somebody around me if it's my party, and I'm bringing y'all girls. I'm taking y'all somewhere. You want to bring somebody I don't like? Come on, get out of here. That's crazy. That's being unrealistic.
Porsha has shown up out of uniform. Remember that time Kenya invited her somewhere? She showed up. She's supposed to come as BAP. She showed up as Dorothy Dandridge. Now here's Lawson Blair.
We're not talking about what happened in the past. We talking about what happened.
I think it's different rules for Porsha. Teatalk, I know
I'm not talking about just
Porsha. It's different rules for Porsha.
I'm not talking about just Porsha though. I'm talking about me in general. What I would like. I'm saying in the real world, because we watching the show and we know that production could have made Angela invite her just so they could have some type of tension.
That's right? What I was commenting on. And I was commenting on Miss Diane, who's on the show. I wouldn't say anything about your mother and how you were raised. I'm speaking about the show.
I just was saying that I would be the same way like Porsha. I wouldn't want her there. And I'm not sure I would be able to be all nice to her like y'all saying. Don't bring people around me I don't want to be around. But I think Porsha did good. I think it was Angela and Drew that got that shit going. Go back and look. Drew was like, oh, you didn't want me. I mean, not Drew, Angela. You didn't want her here, Porsha. Why not just let Drew sit at the table and we all just go ahead and be, girls. Porsha didn't have a problem with it. It was Angela who brought that up. But everybody love Angela, so because she reading people down and telling them they got miles on their mouth. At the same time, everybody saying what Kenya did was wrong. But now Angela we all praising that she told that lady she got miles on her mouth, knowing damn well she talking about her giving that man head on that picture. So which one is it?
I don't believe Porsha was that upset.
Or was it not bad that Kenya did it? And if it was bad, then why are we praising Angela for saying that the lady got miles on her mouth? Because she's slut shaming that lady. Right?
I don't think Porsha was that upset. If she's down beneath Angela's window screaming and hollering until 2 a.m, she must not have been that upset. She's sitting there in all black, dry begging people to ask her what's wrong at the table. And then once dinner's over, she's still out there able to take her Henny bottle, jump into the pool, throwing dollar bills, sliding dollar bills down people behind. So I don't know if Porsha was that upset.
I don't agree with what Porsha did. Was she talking about that lady husband, whether it was a joke or not? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't even want my husband, but I think I would punch her in the mouth for that one.
Lord.
For real. Shit, I think I still might punch her in the mouth, Sandra. You know what I'm saying? If I'm there in my room and she down there telling somebody what she going, I don't even want that nigga, and I'll still punch her in the mouth. And then tell her she can go ahead and fucking.
True. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of mess, and it's gonna be a lot that they're gonna have to dig through. We all have our different opinion how we would do and how we didn't. Of course, any one of you guys, if I knew that you didn't approve of it, of course I wouldn't have done it. But this is TV, and this is production, and this is what they do to keep the drama going. Do I think that Drew is being? No, I feel like Drew is getting what Drew needs. I don't feel like they're trying to ice her out or anything like that. I think this is just what she is going through.
Now, Patricia, how you gonna say I'm gonna take up for Porsha when I just said the lady was wrong for saying that? What she do wrong? She do wrong. She shouldn't have slept with Simon either. She shouldn't have. That was wrong. So don't say I take up for her. When she wrong, she wrong. Period.
Porsha don't want people to say when she's wrong because, and another thing, she never when Kelly asked the question and Angela said, "Did you ever answer the question?" That's when Porsha told Cynthia, "I want Angela to kiss my A." So she gets to leave for 3 seasons, however long she's been going. I wanted her back. I missed her on the show. The person who's back to me is not the same person. She's a little more her on YouTube, but she has more freedom.
Right. On YouTube, she's a lot more fun.
Like
on the YouTube channel. Yeah, and on the show, she's more like, I don't know, something missing.
It is something missing.
I saw
maybe when Phaedra comes, she'll liven up some. Maybe when Phaedra get there, she'll get a little bit more liver.
Right. I saw somebody in the chat that said Porsha, like, she thrives in conflict, like when her and Kenya was at each other. So, maybe she rusty. I don't know. Yeah, right, Miss Z. Miss Z said, I'm with Teatalk. Don't bring that ho to my party. Everyone has different tolerances. Right.
Yeah.
But in this case, like I said, this was more of, I think, production. I think they made Angela just like I think they told Kelly to ask that question. If y'all want to know the truth, this is what I think. I think they asked Shamea to ask the question. And Shamea was like, nah, I don't want to do it. So they told Kelly to ask that question at that damn lunch with Shamea there. So that Shamea would be involved with that question, and that question would get taken back. She wouldn't have no choice but to take it back, right? Because that's her best friend. And this girl said it in front of her best friend. So now Porsha gotta take it back. That's just what I think. I won't dare. Y'all know my favorite saying, I won't dare. I won't dare. So I don't know. But that's what I feel like.
Well, yeah, production is messy, and this is part of mess. And this is what they do. They take back the bones and hope hope mess thrives from it.
I think production be having a lot to do with this backhanded stuff. That's why
the edits.
I don't think that that Porsha can't catch a break. What's missing is the authenticity of the cast. Now that's true, because you see what they did? They just threw these girls together and they don't know each other, so they don't have no chemistry.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, Porsha does not. Maybe that's what it is. Porsha chemistry is off.
Yeah.
Because now, she did have chemistry with Kenya. Now, notice the chemistry between Cynthia and Porsha when they were talking. I love that scene.
Oh yeah.
Because there was chemistry there. She says, and Porsha even said, it just feels good to know that somebody that's been here before is here. And I think Porsha is having a hard time feeling these girls. So maybe, like I said, Phaedra's there, Cynthia's there, Shamea's been on here, so it seemed like she wouldn't have. Maybe it's a different aspect. Shamea has a peach now, so it's all about keeping your peach. So
y'all know Phaedra done got another commercial.
Child, I saw that.
I just seen the first one. What's the other commercial? The new one?
Baby, let me play it. Oh, Phaedra done got another commercial, y'all. And Porsha supposed to be the big ticket. And this lady's second commercial. Baby. Yeah, they feel like she ain't bringing it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But how can you bring it when you can't even talk about half your damn story?
No, she can't talk about nothing.
Right. She can't talk about shit. So how's she gonna bring anything?
And then maybe this is why she's not, her attitude is the way it is. She probably wants to talk about it. She just can't. She can't film in the house.
That's why when people call her a flop, I kind of be like, ain't we kind of being unfair? Because if she can't do it all, if it was taken from her, It's not like she don't want to do it. It's they saying that she can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Z said, why would we ask Porsha about Simon at her birthday? Well, Ms. Z, I don't think that neither Angela nor Kelly should be asking her at all. Because it ain't they goddamn business. Wasn't even one of them there, and they don't know what the hell they talking about. So they
but
doing
the audience wants to know. I want to know. I'm a viewer. I don't want
to know. Why I want to know about somebody else's cooch for?
It's not about her cooch. It's when we first saw Porsha flounce out with Simon, then she's been gone seasons from there. Now here she is back, and that's a whole missing time of her life that nobody's supposed to ask about or talk about. I don't understand that.
So then I guess it was fair for Kenya to pull them photos out.
No, that happened before Britt was on the show. Britt wasn't. We didn't know who a Britt was until honestly Bravo hired her.
Oh, so if
but
the girls leave
has
the
nothing
show,
to do with it.
If the girls leave, so when Phaedra come back, we need to ask her too what she was doing that whole time she was gone.
Well, we know what Phaedra doing because Phaedra was always in the limelight. What do we?
I want to know what happened too. I want to know what happened, how she dealt with going to the jail with them kids. You think she?
Yeah.
She's not gonna tell us that. They not. It's certain things they ain't gonna talk. Porsha ain't talking about Simon and how she took that lady husband. I think it's a waste of time asking her that. Ask her some shit, something else we want to know. That lady, you think she gonna tell us that, Sandra? You think
she's a housewife who? You know what? I'll take somebody who can talk. Then, if somebody got some gags or orders, they can't even talk. Maybe we can get another peach in here. Andy giving out new peaches. Atlanta's full of peaches. Let's get somebody else a new peach juice.
Right. That might be what they got to do because that girl ain't gonna talk about that.
They might have to for real. Cause Simon put a halt on that, honey.
Cool Cat.
A whole season desist.
Porsha can show her real life. She was only married 15 months. Show her real life with her daughter, school, shop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Who .84? What you mean? Am I okay? Do I sound sick or something? No, baby, that's not Drop the T. That's Sandra P.
What happened?
What now? What happened?
Right.
I think the last thing I said,
she see where Drop the T coming from, but that's Sandra P. She's saying that she do agree sort of that Porsha could tell it, but they got to find a different way to bring it out. That's what I'm saying. Those new girls shouldn't be asking her that. You see what I'm saying? I feel like if Cynthia or maybe
Cynthia should be the one asking her.
Then it might have came out better, but she don't know them for them to just come at her and say, "Hi, what you doing stealing that lady husband?" That don't even make sense. Two broads that don't even know her. That's not how to bring it out. I think that production should have did it better. Now maybe when Phaedra come, we might get some of that. But I don't think it's fair to ask some new girls. That's the point I'm making. Not that Porsha shouldn't tell, because some people do want to know. But the new girl coming to ask me that? I don't even know your name.
Well, I figure like this: if someone could take your husband, he was never your husband to begin with. That's just me.
So what now?
If someone could take your man or your husband, he was never yours to begin with.
Well, it was. Y'all know that girl had that marriage was doomed because that girl was already pregnant and all that stuff. So it was a whole mess. Even when Porsha was there.
Husband.
So she was pregnant about a pool boy already.
Yeah.
Porsha she was pregnant. That's not her business. That's somebody else's marriage.
Who?
Drop the T just said that Fallon's pregnant by the pool boy. That don't have nothing to do with Porsha coming in there and flouncing out with Simon.
Well, this is what I think. Can't nobody take your husband if he not takeable. That's okay. So can't nobody take your man if he not takeable, if he ain't willing to move. Now he must have liked or seen something he wanted, and he went over there with her. So if you and your husband are solid, then can't nobody take him from you. So maybe they wasn't solid. Maybe they wasn't like that. So then that's how somebody else was able to move in on him. So maybe, Fallon didn't care because she was already doing her thing. Maybe, she just making a big thing out of it. But I don't think Fallon cared because she was, to me, she probably, they was already.
I think Fallon was in it for the comfortability of it all. So
yeah, the money.
But it doesn't make it right. But I'm just saying, it was a lot of issues in that marriage. So it doesn't make it right that Porsha went in there.
Right.
But it doesn't make it right at all. But either it was going to dissolve, because in my opinion, I feel like the way Simon say he have a U-Haul on speed dial, he was getting rid of her anyway.
Yeah.
And then too, Angela's worried about her husband as well. Angela, she thinks Porsha can get her husband. Because if you wasn't worried about it, why you go home and tell Charles? You should have just sat there and just been quiet and just see if Porsha could do it. If she could pull your husband, but you worried about it. You worried about it. You really worried about Porsha getting at your husband. So you insecure. You ain't solid. And then they talking about that Angela is 41. Angela ain't no 41. Angela is not no 41. Angela look older than me. So people can, we were talking about that in my last live. Angela is not no 41. Because even Charles Jr., that baby that they have, the age is not making no sense. The age, that little. Okay, when did they get? Okay, so when did Charles have that baby? Then she said her and Charles never went on a break. They never broke up. So when did he have that baby?
Because they've been saying he didn't. She's saying he didn't have an outside baby. Angela's claiming now that it was her first husband that had an outside baby on her.
How did Charles get born then?
I don't know. I'm confused about it because she's saying that it's not Charles that had it. It's the husband, first one, had an outside baby on her.
Charles had that baby. That's been in the news for years.
Correct.
Years.
Well, then why did she correct it when Wendy Williams said it on her show then? Why did she come out and correct it when Wendy Williams first said it if it wasn't true?
Well, her little boy is not Charles' baby, so somebody took a break.
Yeah, that's true.
Correct. And then she has an older daughter. So right. So she said she got one baby by Charles, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the little boy is not his.
Okay. So where did Charles Jr. come into this picture
at? You can't. I don't know. Angela is Angela. She got some fibs she got to iron out. Okay, because she ain't making sense on these timelines.
Correct. And then somebody said you can go on these, scrub the internet and change your age on here. I didn't know you could do that either.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so they said that she didn't change her age. Now she's 41, and we all know Angela
her about 50. Porsha's not older than her. She's closer to 50, I would say. But,
she's older than Porsha, way older.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she says she's 41.
No, she is not no 41.
Maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah. Maybe 12 years ago.
Yeah, I'll give her that too. She looks good. She's a pretty woman.
She's a beautiful woman.
She shouldn't lie
but she's not no 41.
Yeah, no way. She don't know Charles Oakley.
She just needs a style.
Charles got to be a good 60. I think she's closer to him. She's 50 something.
Elizabeth said Angela said on the show she was 55.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Okay.
But on the thing right here, she said she was 41.
On what thing?
On the live on the them little clips.
Okay, so see that makes sense. He about 10 years older than her. Ham Sandwich said he's 65. And
I thought he was about 64 or something like that.
Yeah, for 55. So I believe that age.
Yeah.
She's up there with Cynthia. She's around with Cynthia and me, 54, 55.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's our age.
I don't know why people hide her age. But maybe
she's beautiful. She's a child. It's not like she's an ugly woman because she's not an ugly woman. She got to keep them wigs down, but
Charles is 61, being born on December the 18th, 1963.
Okay, 61. She's 55. So they like a 6-7 year difference.
62 this year. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. 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 Even though Charles look like he about 75.
He do.
He sure
The
do.
bad knees, and then he's
Ooh, child, that hair.
I used to think Charles was fine though.
You did.
I did. I ain't gonna lie.
Let me go look at the old Charles Oakley.
He used to remind me of Dominique Wilkins. Dominique Wilkins was fine. Michael Jordan used to be fine. You know, everybody gets older.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denzel Washington. You know, Denzel Washington used to look good.
Finally aging, yeah. Denzel. Look at the young Charles.
Right. Sandra P, he was the looker.
Yeah, I thought so. Him, Dominique
Wilkins. I can hear you smiling, girl.
Yeah, he was.
Angela. I mean, Sandra P. I'm gonna call Angela on you.
I had to come on camera. Angela, I'm talking about the old Charles back in the day. I don't want Charles. Okay. I had to come on camera.
I heard you smiling over there, girl.
Y'all are mad.
We ain't talking about no new. We ain't talking about this Charles, honey. You can have him.
Talk about me.
That's too cute.
That Willie, stop it, that Willie. Oh yeah.
But listen, he was cute back then, Sassy. He was.
Yeah,
I keep calling you everybody name but yours, Sandra. He was cute. He was a looker. I used to like Magic Johnson back in the day.
Magic Johnson.
Girl, he kissed me on my cheek one time, Sandra. I ain't washed my face for a whole week.
Who?
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Number 32, baby. Lakers.
Yeah.
Baby,
I went to that
charismatic. Bulls game.
Yeah, he
I
had
went
a great
to that Bulls game, baby. That man
Wow.
kissed me on my cheek. I did not wash my face for a good week. I washed my face. That side of my face, I ain't washed. My cousin told on me. So I'm gonna tell grandma you in here washing half your face. He told her, so my grandma maybe wash my face. I said, I don't want this. Shit, I thought my whole wall was full of Magic Johnson, child. I just knew that was my husband. All right, let's watch Phaedra, y'all.
Okay.
Parts, and baby, everybody knows I'm the queen of snapping. So I've teamed up with Cheez-It Snap to blind rate some of my most iconic snapbacks. Something in the buttermilk just ain't clean. That's a good one, but I'm gonna rate it a 5. I do too much because you do too little. I really like that. And I think I'm gonna give it a 3. You didn't simp for me, but I still came for you. I think that's a 4. A wig does not count as a hat, honey. That is definitely got to be a 2. You can't be a housewife because you can't get a husband. That is number 1. And there you have it, my ranking of some of my most iconic snapbacks. I'm Phaedra.
Baby.
Girl, when she said that wig is not a hat.
Yeah.
Woo, child.
So what y'all think about Phaedra coming back? Because y'all a tough audience. What y'all think about Phaedra, audience?
I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
Freaking frat. Porsha will be able to have some fun.
Yeah, because she's not having fun right now.
No.
I feel like Phaedra. I mean, I feel like Porsha feel like she can't trust nobody.
Idaho Thomas. Okay, that was just
Isaiah. Cool cat. I met Isaiah Thomas. He do got them dimples. Yeah, he was cute.
Yeah, he was cute. I
think his little short. You know what? Well, you know he's short for the NBA.
Yeah, he was.
I don't think it's that she don't. I think it's that she don't know them.
Yeah,
she don't know those girls, and it's hard to go into a job like this not knowing who can you trust, who can you talk to. I mean, I heard somebody say, or read somebody said she not really being a team player. She not really wanting to hang out with the team. She don't know the team. Shit, she might be like me. I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know. Who knows? Isaiah.
It's going to take her a minute. I think her trying to figure these people out. Yeah, she's kind of reserved.
Isaiah don't like Phaedra. Who is that?
Huh?
I was gonna say Charles don't like Porsha, but Cool Cat done brought in Isaiah Thomas and Phaedra.
Huh?
Y'all see? Wait, did y'all see Isaiah Howard? Okay, now I'm gonna jump over to Love and Hip Hop real fast. Did y'all see Isaiah Howard and Amy broke up?
Do y'all Dwight? You know, I didn't know that.
You mean Dwight Howard? Dwight Howard?
Oh yeah, I knew they broke up. Yeah.
Yeah, because he want a man with the wig.
Yeah, he want a man with a wig, honey.
Yeah, But wait a
Yeah,
minute.
they been broke up over a month, right?
But wait a
She knew that
minute.
when she got him.
Didn't Reese come out and tell her that?
Yeah, she told him.
Girl.
I don't know what she makes. I guess you thought her coochie catchy to change him, honey.
No, you can't compete with the men.
I think that she thought that she looked so much like a man that he was not going to stray.
You can't compete with a man. Yeah.
And then why he should just come out and just say that he bi or whatever he is and quit playing.
No, he's gay. He ain't bi.
That before. What is bi? Do you know what I think bi is? This is just me.
Gay.
Maybe I should shut up.
A garden tool.
Nope. A person that say they bi is a person who don't want to say that they are
gay.
The G. Yep. That's what I think. I don't think you like both. I think it's just that they want a beard, they want to pretend, they want the world to see them as still being, manly, and you can still be manly and be gay. But I think some people just don't want to come out and say, I'm gay. And it's okay to be gay if that's what you want to be. That's my opinion anyway. I'm, if you're my family, I'm gonna still love you. If you're my friend, whatever it is, I can, it's okay. But I just think that that's what bi is. People that just don't want to come all the way out.
I just don't like when they're deceptive. I don't like when people lie about it. But I don't have a problem with whatever somebody's preference is. Miss Z asked about Shannon. I do think he's bi, or I think he's what Teatalk just described. I think
that's what I think.
He can't really live with what he really is.
Right. He don't want to live his truth.
Yeah, he this big black man.
Yeah.
And he don't want to be looked at as, he don't want to be. Wait a minute, there goes Chanel. She said it. Yeah. That's what I think. He's one of those kind
I think so too.
That is struggling. He want to hide. You see what his stylist said?
Yeah.
His stylist said, see, when you was just messing with me, you didn't have all these problems.
Yeah, he shouldn't have got rid of the stylist. What's anybody gonna do? He should have been real with himself.
Yeah,
he got grown kids. I mean, who really cares at this point? But I can't take up for him now with everything he's doing.
Yeah, he should have kept it real.
Yeah, just keep it real. We don't care.
Just been with Hollywood. Shit.
Yep.
He would still had that $100 million deal right now.
He sure should.
Yeah, he used to dress him up better too. They sit there side by side at the games. Shannon had a whole pocketbook one night. He looked nice though, but he want us to think he's just.
But
big,
you know what?
He
tried to take that too. He tried to take that from the guy. You know what he said? I seen the clip. He said that the reason why he got rid of Hollywood was because he was being loyal to his first stylist. So they was asking him about the clothes, and he said Hollywood didn't have to buy nothing because everything that he had, the first stylist, Shelly, I think that was the name, she bought all that stuff and she had put it together and he had taken it apart. So he just basically tore everything Hollywood did down by saying, really, the lady did it.
You know what Hollywood need to do now? Knock all that stuff over. I tell all his business. He can't.
I would too.
That. Yeah, that's not right.
Yep, that's what he did. He came out.
But Cat Williams and Monique tried to warn him, but
I hope I still got that clip. I'm gonna show it in the morning. Yeah, that's what he said, y'all. He said that he got rid of Hollywood because he had to go back and be loyal to his first stylist because she the one who bought all those clothes that Hollywood put him in. But yet him and Hollywood was dressing alike. How did that happen? Was she his stylist too? Because they was dressing alike. Y'all remember that, right?
Yeah.
So did that lady buy those clothes too for him?
And it doesn't matter if she bought them. I'm not particularly stylish. If you Teatalk, if you fill my closet with clothes, the way I put them on is not going to be the same as if you put them together and then I put. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that is not making sense.
No, it's not making sense.
Yeah. Hollywood still had to put it together.
But the fact that he's saying that Hollywood, I mean, the lady did it all, but Hollywood got the same outfit. How Hollywood get the same outfit you got? Did that lady do it? Because you had already fired her at the point.
Yeah. Now you want to say she did it. Right. Now you mad because Hollywood coming out talking.
He lying. Then I like what Miss Z say. It would explain his frustration and hate for women.
Yes. Yep. Go and choke a man, okay? Somebody who can choke you back. All right.
Let me tell you something. That's what I find about, when Shamea was talking about her little ABUs. I've been through that too, but that's what I find about men like that. I feel like
I feel like they frustrated.
Yeah.
They mad at the world because they can't be who they are.
Wait a minute. Miss Z said he bought it for Hollywood so they could match.
I agree.
They was at the game matching with their little man bags and everything. And did y'all see him that one time he got out that motherfucking car with that tight ass sweatsuit on with his man
bag? And them legs were so cricket, child.
He looked just like a big sexy one of them. Yes, he did. He sure did. He looked just like big sexy one of them when he got out that car, child.
Ooh, child, them legs were cricket, and they were sit back.
That song Cardi B sang, "Toot that ass up, turn around." Toot that ass. Y'all know that's what he was doing. Toot that.
He was tooting it too, baby.
He was. But that's what I see him as. I think he's just one of those guys that, because he's so big and everybody looking at him to be this muscle man, he don't want to say, what I really like to do is play with buttholes. He'll be all
right. I say, Shannon, live your truth, baby.
If he lived his truth, he would be a better man.
He sure would. He wouldn't be so angry.
Yeah. That's what you got to do. Live in your truth. I'm trying to tell you. It's the best thing to do.
Because you ain't, I don't care if you is or not. You ain't giving me none of your money, so I don't give two shits. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
Look at Dot Willie said. Dot Willie said, men that's always argumentative with a woman for no reason want a man, in my opinion. Wait a minute. Cool Cat said she on the floor. She said, Sassy, I'm on the floor. Not someone that can bat. Yes, Cool Cat. That's what he needs. Somebody can choke his ass back.
That's right. Look, I told him. I told my peeps. I said that the reason why he go for them little young, skinny girls is because them clear girls is because they ain't gonna fight him back. But he get us a woman like me, I'll flip Shannon over and choke his ass out. You hear me?
That's why he don't want us.
He don't want that.
No, another reason why he don't want that, because when he come in there talking about turn around, let me do something to you, you're gonna be like, nigga, if you don't sit your ass down,
go on, sit down with that big old man. You better go on somewhere.
That lady said, put that big black baby up in me. Good gosh,
we ain't gonna be compliant. He fight me, I fight him back. I might lose, but he gonna get a black eye somewhere.
He said he don't want them older women because we gonna be trying to tell him what we ain't gonna do.
Yeah,
girl, they gonna do whatever he say do.
Talking about some choke. Okay, I'll choke you, all right. Choke you till your tongue fall out.
Look at Dot Willie laughing at you, Sassy. She a mess. Hey, Dot Willie, she a mess.
I ain't lying. Shall
go somewhere with her, you better be ready to laugh. I'm trying to tell you.
Shall I take a rose and put it on that thing and choke the shit out of him?
Put the rose on his ass. Not the rose.
Hey, that rose, you put it on the tip of that thing, he'll lose all power.
You gotta keep that for yourself. Let him get his own shit.
I put it on there, he'll lose all power. I choke the shit out of him.
Wait a minute. What did he say? Sassy gonna turn him over and do what? I'm done with y'all people. Wait a minute.
Just saying.
Is in. I love it. Yeah, she checked in. She done clocked in. She definitely done clocked in. Trust me.
I'm not gonna lie. Shannon, he want his money where? I'm gonna give it to him.
Sassy Cece wanna know is you gonna use that motherfucking rose from the Goodwill.
Huh?
What is going on, Sandra P. and Drop the T? What did we miss about a rose from the Goodwill?
I didn't know they take personal items at the Goodwill.
Girl, it's a whole rose I seen at the Goodwill. I took a picture. It's on there for 99 cents and it had crust on it.
Sassy, I know you lying.
I am not. I'll send y'all the picture tonight.
They probably didn't know what it was and have it up there like
they probably thought it was a paperweight.
I am done with you. I am done with you. Wait a minute. Not that blind lady saying, "Oh my God, Sassy, what did I click on? Y'all nasty." Hold on, that blind lady. What you mean, y'all?
That's the Goodwill. That ain't us.
It was the Goodwill. I said, y'all, look what I found on sale at the Goodwill. 99 cents.
That's a mess. They didn't know what it was.
They didn't know. And what if some old woman had went in there and picked it up? Oh, a cute little candle. Oh.
Started vibrate. She wouldn't have said no damn candle.
You got that right. She felt that thing moving.
That Willie said, Sandra P. That's what I said. They didn't know what they had. Imagine touching on that shit and putting it out. Oh my God.
Somebody had to touch it for 99 cents to put a label on it.
Oh, they put a label on it. Oh,
they put a label.
And they had crust on it.
Girl, I'm gonna send y'all the picture when I say that thing look nasty.
I cannot take it.
Child, I say, Lord, not a rose. A used one at that.
Not the rose. A used one. Oh my gosh. I can't take it. Wait a minute. The girl, what's that? Says Sassy, an old woman may have been the one who brought it to the Goodwill.
Ooh.
Or not the. Well, you know what, girl? What's that? You know what probably could have happened? You probably right. Somebody gave her that some bitch, and about 2 minutes in, she said, "I gotta get this motherfucker far away from me as I can." And she got in her car and drove that motherfucker to the Goodwill and dropped it off and ran up out there. Okay, she ran about there. She didn't even bother to wash it off. She said, "I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see it again." You probably right. It probably was somebody older.
Somebody said, "Oh heck no." Yeah.
Right. Goodwill is nasty. Good time. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Y'all, I got so tickled at my work mate. She said, "Girl, I used that thing." She said, "I don't know how I feel about it. I was in confusion. It kind of," she said, "it happened so fast. My mind was still back there." I said to do that to you.
That lady jumped in that car and went out. Pew! She
said, "Let me get the hell out."
Said, "Let me get this thing as far away from me as possible."
That woman picked up that rose and thought it was a paperweight.
If you don't know, you will know, and you will put that thing down.
I'm gonna send y'all the picture. Y'all think I'm playing? You're gonna be like, "What in the?" Just nasty. You know, it don't be nothing but old people in Goodwill putting out stuff. They don't know. Yeah.
Don't know shit.
I would have questioned. I'd be like, "What is this?"
That blind lady said, "Whoever took it to that Goodwill is just nasty."
Yeah, they just nasty. That was, oh my God. That's why you have to be careful. Still had snooze juice on it, peach juice. Somebody's peach juice.
Not the peach juice. Ugh. Can't even take it. Anyway, we gotta be respectful to one of our panelists. Has to get herself prepared for her night. And we definitely want to be respectful of her time because we want her to want to come back again, okay? And I want her to feel like we gave her enough time to go do what she got to do because we already did what we had to do for the day. All right?
That's right, Sandra.
Read the episode before we say goodbye. I'm going to give it a 7.
I said 7.
You rate it?
Yeah, rate it.
Let me see, Sandra. You want me to rate it?
Yeah.
Girl. I'm gonna have to go with you and give it a 7 too.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 6.
You gave it a 6, drop the T.
She gave it a 6. Okay,
drop the T. Why you give it a 6? You ain't like something. Girl, what's that? Agree with you?
I don't know. I don't like Angela.
You know why I gave it a 7 though? Because
Why?
I appreciate that people can start see that Shamea and Porsha is more alike than different. Because I think everybody thinks Shamea is this angel and that she don't do no wrong, but Shamea is just like the rest of them women.
Yep, and she,
I'm
you know,
everybody. Yeah, she surprised me this week, and not in a good way. So yeah, that's true.
And then she gets buck wild too. She'll get wild. People thought she was
Shamea is buck wild.
Shamea gets buck wild. I think.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's why her and Porsha been best friends all these years. Everybody think it's just Porsha. Nah, it's both of them.
But she should be a little bit more.
Both of them. Porsha, no.
You know, because of who she is and her husband, she's a little bit more reserved. You know, to me.
He must like that.
Her husband know what the fuck he got.
Yeah, he know what he got. I think he like that.
Oh yeah, I think he likes it too.
Yeah, you just can't tell because he's so reserved, but them the worst ones.
Child, I bet you he be speaking Nigerian in that bedroom. The
way she be throwing that thing back.
Her and little Kelly, they the ones stayed on that bull. They didn't get thrown off that bull. Her and little Kelly.
Okay, Phaedra P, what happened? She rode that bull
on the bull. You seen her? And little Kelly
said, "That's my girl. That's my girl." That's what girl said. That's my girl.
Two of them a mess.
Yeah, she rode that bull, honey.
Yeah, she did. She said, "Watch me get on here and stay on it, baby." Wait a minute, Kelly was riding that thing too. Now
she was. She did.
100 million.
But y'all know what? Y'all know something I ain't like. We already talked about this. I don't know. I did not like that. Brittany and Kelly was in that bed together. What was
that? Why they all up on each other like that?
Yeah,
it was 4 beds in there,
and then with little beds too.
Why they need to be in that bed together, y'all?
That didn't make sense.
They might got something going on. They might got something going on.
Production.
They might be scissoring.
Yeah.
Sizzle.
Well, you know what? I ain't gonna get on what you call my husband, but if he, you know, what we talking about, then that would make sense. Cause I was single.
That makes sense. Because they seem more like friends. The chemistry is not there for me.
But the husband, the husband got them lips, honey.
The husband, Mike.
You can't tell me he ain't got it.
I don't see the chemistry.
They ain't got no chemistry.
No.
They got friendship. That's it.
You crying and your husband right there. If he love you right, he not gonna get up off the couch. When you sit there crying, he gonna pull you in, baby. Come on, baby.
Or wipe your tears and
baby.
Be more loving.
And the production probably told him, hug your wife. That's when he bent over on the couch. Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, I don't think they married. I think they, they can't find no marriage license on them.
Oh, they can't find a license? Oh, they pulled a Yandy. Yandy didn't turn in.
Yandy said they were married for years. They ain't bit more married than man in the moon.
But Yandy already said that she wasn't turning in those marriage licenses because she said she was not paying no child support or no restitution.
She had business reasons. Yeah, that restitution.
That's what I don't get dropped the tea. Like now, I don't know who making this a storyline because Yandy said it after the merge that when they came back the next season that she never turned the paperwork in because he had restitution and child support and she was not going to allow the state of Atlanta to come for her money. New York. I think they was in New York at first.
New York.
I had to agree with her, but she let them people pay her for a whole wedding special though. Now that wasn't right.
Nah, they know they were wrong for that.
Special on TV.
They needed something anyway. Shit, they wanted to be married. I mean, they still spiritually married, I guess. I mean, but technically she was gonna file the papers though. But then he went to jail. Remember, they were still in court and stuff.
She could have sent those papers in while he was in jail.
Yeah, but she didn't know how much time he was gonna get. Did she when they got married?
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, he was looking at
she knew exactly how much time they was gonna get.
Yeah, she knew.
Oh yeah, she knew.
I thought she found out during the process when they was getting married that he found out that.
No.
She knew he was possibly going to be serving a long period of time.
Oh well, then she knew she wasn't married. She knew she wasn't taking them papers down the damn courthouse. Then so
that's why people was having a trouble with Yandy, because they was telling her, they was saying that Yandy knew that Mendici was gonna get all that time. It was just fake. That's why, you know, Mendici's baby mama was all up on her, telling she was a liar.
Well, then why she still ain't turned the marriage license in?
You can't turn license in after so long.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna have a whole new ceremony.
Okay, listen. Okay, so listen. She went and bought him another ring because he threw the ring away. So she went and bought him another ring. So why she go down there and get another set of a marriage license?
Well, he has to agree though.
Yep.
They both have to agree, and then they got to go before somebody to get it done.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then, you know, that I think Mendici, after she went behind his back to have that baby for her sister, and he specifically said he didn't want her doing that, that kind of changed that whole dynamic as well. Even though it was kind of shaky in the beginning, but I think that just gave him a reason to not marry her over again.
Yeah, and they went to counseling.
I think that's what, well, I'm not gonna say that because I'm agree with drop the T. You can't take a man from a woman. A man got one to leave. But
yeah, that's true.
At the same time, I don't know. It just seemed like after that thing happened with the baby, when she had that baby, that's when all this cheating stuff started.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. It's like he really had an issue with that. He really did. He said he did not want her to go through that. He was scared for her health issues, and she went ahead and did it anyway. And he had a problem with that.
And they went to counseling, and then he said he had checked out of the marriage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said he had checked out, and then she was like, being without him is not an option for her. So she didn't care if he wanted to be in the marriage or not. She said that's not an option for her. For their family.
Mm-hmm.
So even if Mendici said he didn't want to be with her, he was gonna be with her anyway. That's how she's looking at it, because she said that's not an option.
Well, she shouldn't be out here crying in these streets. What he doing?
Right. They think he had moved out before too and got his own apartment, but I think he moved back. I'm not sure.
But I mean, after that, I'm telling y'all, when she went against him and was sneaking and doing them fertility shots and all that stuff, oh, he was pissed.
Yeah.
He was like, what's the point of me being your husband when I'm expressing myself? So, he was pissed. He did not like that, and that's where everything fell apart.
And then she just started another business. It's a 3-story lounge with her and her friends, and they a new business. It got three stories to it, and then the top is like a bar. What do you call that? On the top, it's like a rooftop bar. Her and her friend them. So she's doing a lot of business ventures, without him, with her and her friend them. And so if they decide to, they don't have to get no divorce, I don't guess, because they're not married. So she take whatever he got, and she take whatever. But she's not legally, quote unquote, married to him. They spiritually married. So and that's just like Cash Doll too. I think Cash Doll just had those kids by Tracy because he was like a caramel complexion with good hair and stuff. So she had both of them kids by him, and then said deuces.
Yeah, now she with that other guy. They always catching flights, not feelings.
Right. So she with that other guy. She had that boy and that girl by Tracy. She got her boy and the girl, and now she's like, deuces to Tracy.
Listen to Thelma out there talking about Teatalk sleeping.
Teatalk sleeping. She's sleeping.
Yeah.
You should start looking Chinese child. We know what time it is. I'm looking at the time. It's 9:44.
Yep.
15 minutes. She gonna be out like a light.
She says, "Wait,
thanks everybody.
Y'all know me too
You're
well.
welcome.
Hey, listen.
Welcome.
To my ladies, my flight catchers, my friends. I love y'all. Thank
y'all.
Love
you back.
I enjoy it. No one understand this ain't nothing but banter, y'all, about some damn show, and we is real sisters in real life, and we love each other. And we got a flight to catch come January 2026. Now, y'all know in 2025 we might still got to go because if Mel had went to Wonderland, y'all know we got to meet up in the
Oh,
air.
definitely. Yeah. I love Winter Wonderland.
But other than that, we
definitely got to be.
What about if she still has the barbecue? If she have a barbecue, we might have to catch a flight.
Yeah, I think I would go to that too.
I mean, you know, anytime we can catch a flight, drop the T. You ain't said
that's
nothing,
right.
girl. You ain't said nothing. Got the passport, we'll fly. Okay, where we going at?
That's right.
Right.
Mel can have an overseas barbecue. We coming.
Yeah, right. I got my passport. I'm ready to go. Right. I know y'all got y'all's and y'all ready to go too.
Yeah,
ready to roll.
Mm-hmm. Jamaica coming, baby. Jamaica coming.
It's coming quick too, y'all.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Miss Z say the Fly
like
Girls. Yeah, I like that name too.
Fly catchers, the Fly Girls.
Yeah, the Fly Girls.
But I do like the Fly Girls. We might gotta put that in.
I do too.
Yep, I like that one too.
Oh, Miss Z, I might take that.
Fly Girls locked in with no new friends.
Yeah. Ooh, Sassy always gonna come up with some slang and shit.
Sassy's a poet. Yeah,
that's a slang girl right there. She gonna come up with it, okay?
Oh yeah.
We just gonna go with it. Thelma.
Thelma, rebuke that. Rebuke that.
Talked about that today with somebody else. I rebuke that fear in the name of God.
I do.
She said what? She scared to fly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you do it.
I ain't never scared.
Oh, that blonde lady said she might have a travel buddy. She found out her niece is a millimeter.
Oh,
cool. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, cool cat. I enjoyed the banter too. I love these girls.
Yeah,
the one thing I love about bantering with them is that we can banter and then we gonna be, no matter what, we gonna be still all right. You can't do that with everybody.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I can't do that with everybody, but I can do that with these girls because they my real sisters. So yeah. Anyway, y'all, good night, Sandra P. Listen, have a good job. I mean, good time tonight at work.
Good night, Sandra. Have a great night.
Now,
I'll talk to y'all on the way home.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder. I tell all of y'all that. Don't let nobody work too hard now, because gotta keep our bodies in shape so we can get on them.
Got that right, child.
Yes.
All right, I love y'all.
All right, y'all back. Bye, y'all.
Yep, I gotta go to bed before I fall asleep on y'all. Peace.
Yeah, because she will fall asleep.